Hi y'all, I'm super excited to party with you today. So I don't have all of the books that everybody was talking about, so I'll just show you a couple of the ones that Riley really likes. So Riley's 9 months old, and then I've got some for the older kids to look at as well. So one of the ones that Riley likes the most is called Baby's Very First Touchy-Feely Animals Book. So each of the pages has something to touch and feel. It describes what you're touching so that they've got something fun to look at, of course, and to touch. So that's the Touchy-Feely Animals book. And then another one she really likes is part of the That's Not My series. We actually have like, I don't know, 8 of these maybe. But this one's That's Not My Fox. So it's just really cute. And once again, it's, you know, everything on each page is something that you can touch. And you can describe a little story for them. And it's just really cute. So that's the That's Not My series. And this is That's Not My Fox. Another one she really likes is Baby's Very First Slide and See. And so each page doesn't have a lot of words, but each thing has something that'll pop up. This one pops up and down. And these are the board books, of course, so hard for them to damage. So that's a Slide and See. There's a bunch of the Slide and Sees as well. This is the Slide and See Animals. Another one she really likes is the Muddle and Match books. These ones are really fun just because each page has a picture and it's got a little alliteration story, but each fun thing can actually move individually. So each one of these little pieces can fold, and so then you got just like a funky looking animal and you got a little fun story to go with it. And there's a bunch of little animals in there. The zebra's my favorite because it's just so cute. That's a Muddle and Match book, and this one's the Jungle Animals. Then these are actually really fun. So these are part of our Lift the Flap question and answer, first question and answer series. And this one's Why Do We Need Bees? And so each page has a little tidbit about the bees. And of course, Riley's a little bit too young to actually understand this. And she's actually a little bit too young to even have the attention span to let me go through each flap, but she likes to flip them. And right now I feel like that's all that counts. So each page is really fun. It's got a lot of flaps to flip, and it's got a lot of fun facts about bees. Another Lift the Flap that I really like to do with her is the Colors book. And this one's a little bit easier just because the colors snag her attention a little bit more because they're so bright. But once again, each page got a bunch of flaps to flip through, and it is a board book. The flaps are really sturdy. You can give them nice little tugs. So it's real good. And another story that we really like is Love You Who. I don't let her play with this one because it is a paper book, but it's just a cute little story. Daddies can read this as well as mommies just because of the fact that it is doesn't really say that it's from a mommy owl to a baby owl. It just says it's, you know, from one big owl to the little owl. And it is a bedtime story, but I read this one to Riley during the day, so you can probably pretty much read it anytime, but it's just really cute, you know. It's I love you who. It doesn't matter where you are, whatever you do, I'll always love you who. Okay, so then let's move on to some of the books. Oops, my camera's messing up here. Let's move on to some of the books for the older kids. So one of them we've got is the Billy B mystery series. And this one has, I think, 5, maybe 6 books. But this is a chapter book for an older reader, and it does have pictures. There's a lot of words on the page, but it's not super small print. And then this is the Billy B series actually has, I think, 16 books aside from their mystery series. So this one's just kind of like a Nancy Drew school age. That one's really cute. That's the Billy B mystery series. Another one that I really like is I actually bought this for myself. It's called the Map Maker Chronicles. It's like part fantasy, part historical. It's kind of like swashbuckling trilogy, but it's got adventure and life lessons, friendship, you know, great things like that. It is a little bit more of a reader in a chapter book. It doesn't have pictures. I've actually only gotten about a quarter of the way through the first book, but it's really good so far. But it doesn't have pictures, so it is for an older reader or a younger reader reading on an older level. So another one of the chapter books is the Ella Diaries. This one has, I believe, 5 books in the series. And it's just a diary book, you know, for the girls going through school. It's part of her book. There is actually some activities to do in the back. I can find them. Oops, I just passed one. There are actually like activities for them to like fill in their own portions. This one's really cute. And then once again, another thing for the older readers is 50 science things to make and do. This one you can actually do with younger kids as well, because you can do. I mean, there's just a whole bunch of different things and fun things. That one's a fun one. Floating flowers. It's just really neat little sciencey things to do with kids. And then some people will like this, some people won't. But it's understanding politics and government. And it's just a completely illustrated book. But it basically just kind of explains the whole system in a way that kids will understand. And I think that it's really neat. So that's what I've got there. I don't know how fast I did that, but I hope I didn't take up too much of y'all's time.